Hello everybody, TyronnCannon here, and welcome back to another episode of my Cricket Captain Academy here on Cricket Captain 2022. Today we're going to be covering the Pitch Groundsman tab as well as general squad selection for first class matches. I won't go over one-day matches and T20 matches, as I will explain in a second. But there's two ways you need to go about this I have found to be the most successful in playing Cricket Captain. We're going to start with method one, which is basically the two methods are home matches and away matches. It's basically how you approach squad selection and how the pitch affects how you pick your squad, basically. So when you're playing at home, you have access to the Pitch Groundsman tab, which means you can pick whatever pitch you want. Generally speaking, at home, you want to pick your best 11, who you feel your best 11 are, and then base the pitch on how it will favour your best 11 to try and win the match. So for example, I've picked what I feel my best 11 is based on availability at the moment. For Northamptonshire, I've got my youth player in there batting at number 5, Billy Marlowe, that we've spoken about in the last couple of Academy videos. I've got Will Young, who's an international player that plays for New Zealand, and we've got Kelly, who's Australian. Yeah, Matt Kelly's Australian. I don't know why I didn't know that, because I am Australian. I think he used to play for Western Australia. Anyway, I've picked the 11, and I've determined that we'd be most comfortable playing on a batting surface, as I don't really trust our bowlers to bowl the team out twice. Let's just say we bowled first, for example, and we take 10 wickets, but we concede 400 runs. I would rather bat first, get the 400, and then try and bowl them out twice on a deteriorating pitch for under 200, win by an innings. That is sort of the mindset I would go into with this particular team, because we are so top heavy with batsmen. We haven't really got that many quality bowlers, so we'd hope that the bowlers would do well. So we'd try and bat first and try and play for a draw almost, in a way, as like a worst case scenario. So with this particular lineup, we've gone with a very heavy batting lineup. We've got a few quality bowlers, not too many though. So for this particular one, I would go batsman's pitch. And we can see when we go to the conditions, it basically changes it to a very flat pitch. And we'll cover weather in a second as to how that will affect things as well. Now, if I was to pick somebody, if I was to throw in, let's just say, Nathan Buck? Yeah, Nathan Buck in place of Billy Marlowe. Let's just say Billy Marlowe, he wasn't on the team. He's a regenerated player. I would shift everybody up one and then have the team sort of play like this. Suddenly we're in a much better position in terms of bowling. We've sacrificed a bit of our batting depth to bring in a fifth bowler. I'm including Gareth Berg as our fifth bowler, by the way. So we've got a little bit more bowling depth. So we'd probably want to play on a bowling pitch or a seamer's pitch. If we had two spinners, I'd pick the spinner's pitch, but we've only got one. And suddenly the batting conditions are not as productive from a batting perspective. So you would be okay if you bowled first. You could still bowl a team out for around 200-300. If you're wanting a bit of a challenge, I would pick a random pitch. It randomly assigns a pitch. We'll quickly see what it's assigned anyway. It's randomly assigned as a bowler's pitch on this occasion, but it will change from time to time. But generally speaking, for the team that I've selected, I would pick batsman's pitch. And where's Billy Marlowe? I will take Buck back out of the team and put everything back as I had it. And in terms of squad selection, the way that you can go, there's two ways you can go about squad selection at first class level. Is you can look at their first class statistics at face value, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that if they're a bit more experienced. But if they're younger players, only played a handful of games like Marlowe or Gouldstone, or even Ben Curran, who's only played 25 games, you're always best to check their 3-day stats to get a bit more of an indicator as to see what are they actually capable of producing. Now, Ben Curran's got 3-day statistics of 44, which is great. Marlowe's is 51, and Goldstone is only 24.85. So, you know, in the off season, we'd probably want to upgrade at wicketkeeper a little bit, or we could go and just drop Goldstone is actually what I'm going to do, because we can have Vasconcelos be our wicketkeeper, and we can actually bring in Buck as our 5th bowler, and then bat Berg at 7, and then have have Kelly open the bowling with Sanderson, which I think is actually a bit more of a better situation for us. We'll send Goldstone to the second 11 as well, just to get him some experience. So this is the squad I would probably pick going into the first match of the season. I'm not going to play the first match of the season. I'll probably do that in the next Academy video. But this is what I would do for a home fixture. If this was an away fixture, I'm just going to pick a random pitch again. And let's just see what it is. It's the random pitch is a batting pitch. So, what you do when you have an away fixture, because you have no control over what the pitch is, you want to pick your squad based on what the pitch is. So if it is a bit more of a spinner's pitch, pack in another spinner if you've got one. If it's a bit more of a fast bowler's pitch, maybe consider dropping one of your batsmen and bringing in another fast bowler. You don't want to play around with the team too much, as you know, I believe, I don't know if this is fact or not, but I believe there is like a certain continuity in the game that if you pick the same 11 over and over and over again, there is like a team chemistry rating in the game. I don't actually know that for fact. I might just be making something up, but I believe in keeping the same 11 game after game after game with only 1 or 2 tweaks here and there. But it's very situation dependent. And if it's a batting pitch, for example, you would obviously play another batsman and drop one of your bowlers because you want to score as many runs as you can on a flat wicket. Also with squad selection, if you've got a couple of all-rounders, don't be afraid to pick them, especially for first-class matches. All-rounders are invaluable in most formats of the game, but especially I found in first-class cricket, mainly because if one of your bowlers goes down injured and you've only picked 4 bowlers, you might be stuck having to bowl one of your batsmen, and that can get really expensive very quickly. So always pack an all-rounder if you can on top of your 4 selected bowlers. So if, for example, I've got 2 all-rounders, they just happen to be the best players available, so hence why I've picked them. So if we were to get an injury or 2, we wouldn't be left out to dry. We would be fine. But that is what I would do for most squad selection scenarios. If you have any more questions, put them down in the comments. And thank you for watching up to this point. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. If you wish to join my Discord, there's a link to that below. And I will catch up with you next time for some more Cricket Captain Academy. See you guys then.